Marcello Banes. This is the house that Marcello Banes, the chairman of Newton County. This is his house that he built. He's out against the people. He's out against the community. He's been in office intimidating commissioner, intimidating residents. So this is the house that Marcello Banes, county commissioner of Newton County, this is his domain. And these people are here protesting, trying to get attention to this kind of behavior. And they want to bring to the people and the public's attention on Marcello Banes and his behavior and stuff. And these people here didn't had enough of his kind of behavior and stuff. So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning and stuff.
I did call the media. Unfortunately, we have some bad weather. A lot of the reporters are out of state. This is important to us, but sometimes this happens. But they told me, said, well, Mr. Rose, go ahead and get the video footage, the pictures, and send it to the newsroom. So we still can get this on the news this evening. You know, so like I said, we're gonna have her opportunity to explain this. But how long has it been going on? Now he's the first black chairman, the first black female.
And the first black woman.
Okay. So I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. My understanding he's already under investigation right now as we speak. That is correct. Okay, so if you can kind of explain, you know what it is? Okay, so again, I'm out here on facts, not emotions. Because if this is true, he must go. There's no excuse. You know, I wouldn't want somebody to represent me, and he's already under investigation, and now this young lady is being attacked. And I've seen the video myself, so that's the reason why I'm out here. And I know you got the National Action Network. If you want to say something.
Yes, one of the things that the county already had paid out $40,000 in the tax money. So this guy,
So this is a pattern.
yeah, so
I got to blame the voters for why we vote for this guy. If anybody know, everybody realize.
Well, last election, nobody ran against him. Ran on the poll last election.
And a lot of this behavior that he's doing now, it hadn't came out to the public. I mean, it was going on, but it wasn't being put out publicly.
also he's supposed to be a menace.
At what church?
Springfield.
Yeah, I heard that's one of the biggest churches in
And right there.
Rockdale. I'm sorry, I get this mixed up.
Yeah, right there.
Every Sunday morning, he's standing down and open the doors of the church, he's standing down with his hand raised up. Inviting people to Christ. It's unacceptable what you're doing. Now, if you have to go, you should.
Tell them that.
Amen. You should resign.
That's what I'm asking. That's what the demands, correct?
Yes, that's the demand.
He's out of control. He have no control himself. No control at all. He's out of control. He's out of control.
All right, my understanding, the president of the NAACP out here in Newton County? Correct.
Right there.
All right, yeah. I too was invited, my sister gave me a call, and as the brother just shared with you regarding the video, it was extremely disturbing. The idea that a brother would position himself as if he wanted to harm this system, anybody, black or white, doesn't matter. He should be removed immediately. Immediately he should be removed. And I would challenge the voters of Newton County to have that chairman removed expeditiously and apologize publicly, because you are paying his salary. For that behavior, I want to commend that brother there, Brother Henderson, been a soldier for years. And I want to commend you, brother. Been on the board for a long time. I don't know how long, but a long time. And so I want to certainly commend you, my sister. I want to also commend you because in watching the video, the sister maintained herself in a respectable way. And so the citizens of Newton should be proud not only of her advocacy, but proud of the way in which she handles herself. And so I apologize as a black man on behalf of black men for the behavior that that young man displayed in your presence. I'm a father of 3 daughters, 1 wife and 4 granddaughters. And for anyone to treat any of you, for the men that are here, any of your wives or your daughters in that manner, we would be ready to go at them. Because we protect our sisters. And as black men, that's what we do. We protect our sisters. And for that brother to behave that way, he needs again to be removed.
I also have a contact with Rise Magazine. It's like you found a call.
Okay.
The editor, this thing is going on. This thing is going to blow up. We got to be serious and be consistent. Now there's a meeting tonight, correct?
Yes.
And all of you all go to the meeting and make yourself and get on that agenda and say something. Now this is what I do. I'm not out of order just to make. Sometimes you got to make yourself develop. Good trouble. There you go. Can we all attend the meeting tonight? And you can. I don't know how it goes, but don't you get like a couple minutes to say something? Yeah.
Something else that found very shocking about that video, I heard a female voice saying, she is not worth it. She is not worth it. She could have said, it's not worth it. That is so ridiculous and so hurtful. Me as almost an 80-year-old woman to hear a female voice say that about a black woman.
That was attorney Stephanie Lynn for the record. Yes. For the record, that was attorney Stephanie Lynn making that statement.
So my understanding why they don't like it is that they're used to whatever he said goes, and she does her research before she votes anything, and she feels that she want to be fair to the jury. So she might object to something.
It's on. I think it's on my channel. It's not on. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I want to say this in closing because I'll
Do
be
they
out
have
of
a
the country
phone?
tomorrow, so I have a lot I have to do. Okay, so I have to take off. You take this group, you take people like Ms. Dean, you organize. Because if there's just one of you, they pay that no respect. But when there's many of you, one thing about a train, when that train is going down the track, people say, oh, look at the train. But when you all jump on the train, now everybody else wants to jump on it also. You have to jump on the train. So you take this and you make sure that you all meet. You need to get somebody needs to get the phone numbers of everybody so that you can call and meet, because you have to address the behaviors that are emanating from this city hall. Because if you don't do it, you'll be revisiting this thing all over again. I don't have a problem coming to to Covington. You can call me anytime. I'll come here. I will come. And so, sister, thank you so very much. God bless you. Brother Rose, it's a pleasure. See, this is a soldier here. Josie Dean introduced this brother to me a long time ago. And if Josie Dean introduced you to somebody, there's somebody you got to get to know. All right, so I suggest that you all be a part of this organization. Sister Dean, it's a pleasure. Sister, it's a pleasure. God bless you all. Okay? Just take care.
Commissioner Henderson is not allowed to speak in tonight. Not allowed to speak.
Well, let me correct that. There was a recommendation from the county attorney that he should speak. He wasn't given the order. It was a recommendation. Now, the county has been supporting Nelson Heights in its structure for how many years?
26 years.
26 years. So because there's some animosity between certain officials and whatever, now the county attorney, which we've had the same county law firm in place since 2016, and if there was an issue, it should have been said in 2016. Nothing has been said. So that's the problem. So it was a recommendation, he can still vote. Because there is no viable information to say that this man cannot vote.
Correct me on one thing, is his contract expired?
No, not the 2027.
If I can say just one thing, they have been against re-registration.
My friend, my daughter, Commissioner Sanders, from the very moment that she came on board, they didn't want to be vice chair. And she's not the only person, though. She's not the only person that Mr. Banes have tried to jump on. He talked down to Archie Shepherd. He tried to jump on me about the fact of the travel insurance because we didn't have no insurance. So what I'm saying is this, is that there got to be a change. Because we're going backwards. We're being shadowed by that Confederate statue right up there in the yard. Right over there.
Can we start it over?
What we'll do is right quick, again,
You want to run out on the steps, or how do you want to do
Yeah, let's get the check.
it? And this young lady here, Susan,
Yeah, she has to
put a letter to the board.
all the supporters come behind me. And for the record, because there's been questions if you ever filed a police report.
I did.
She
I
said she
did
just
file
did
there.
that. Okay.
I did.
Still at 5'5".
I was wearing this after the budget was crazy. My mother said I was still negative, Now there are cameras on. Cameras there too, right?
And they can hear. But that's fine, because everything he said is factual. So,
Try to set up, I guess, looking at next summer, you know, he's gonna be like. If I still get off.
How many people seen the video?
Yeah, you were there.
I experienced it personally.
You were there. Yeah, they all were there. Williams was there. They saw from the beginning to the end. From all of the beginning to the end.
My name is Gerald Rose, president of Blue Order National Human Rights Organization. We out here on the court steps, doing in the courthouse, supporting this county commissioner, Ms. Sanders, Newton, and also we have several other organizations out here to support Ms. Sanders. She said since she's been in office, she has been harassed, verbally attacked, even possible almost physical attack, and that is unacceptable. We are not out here on emotions. We out here on facts. Things has been caught on video. So that's the reason I know why we out here. We just wondering why this man is still in office. We demand that this guy be removed from office. I don't care if you're black, white, green, yellow, whatever this lady went through, it was very unacceptable. So I'm going to have, before she says something, I think there's a young lady that wrote a letter to the chairman.
Yes, I
On
did.
what you witnessed and what you've seen.
What I've seen and what I've witnessed since 2021.
What's been going on a while.
That's okay, please don't get that. Okay. I just want to say this.
state your name, please.
My name is Susan Jackson. I live in Covington, Georgia, Newton County. And I want to say on behalf of the citizens of Newton County, Georgia, I want to just thank you and thank everyone for watching. We are here to discuss the recent events surrounding Chairman Marcello Banes and his actions, which have raised concerns about his leadership, his ethics, and his overall betterment of our county. The recent incident regarding Chairman Baines and Commissioner Sanders has deeply troubled our community. The lack of decorum that has been displayed by Chairman Baines when he lunged at Commissioner Sanders, prompting the need of a law enforcement officer to escort her to her car. This is simply unacceptable. Our elected officials should be held to a higher standard of conduct, serving as role models to all the citizens, especially the younger generation who look up to them. Furthermore, there is an ongoing investigation into Chairman Baines regarding his personal businesses that raises serious questions about potential conflicts of interest. Allegations of undisclosed vendor relationships with the county have cast a shadow of doubt on his ethical practices. Transparency and accountability are fundamental pillars of leadership, and any actions that compromise these principles erode the trust of our community and that places on its elected officials. Chairman Baines' tenure has been marked by lack of vision, foresight. The explosive growth of this county has not been met with careful planning or strategic development. Unfortunately, we have witnessed his failure to address these challenges. Districts like the one that Commissioner Sanders represents have bared the brunt of the growth, but have been left without essential resources. We lack recreation facilities, libraries, crucial infrastructure improvements like roads, sidewalks are sorely lacking, despite the appeal from the community. Chairman Baines' refusal to act on such issues such as impact fees. He has literally, deliberately omitted things from the agenda as a retaliation against Commissioner Sanders. It is disheartening in its display of political maneuvering and manipulation that harms only her constituents. Now, our community has been engaged in a tireless struggle for transparency and good governance. And actually, we are tired. We are exhausted. The time has come to shed the light on these issues. They have been ignored for far too long. And the citizens of Newton County, we deserve leadership that is dedicated to our best interests and that is committed to upholding the values, the integrity, and the ethics that seek the betterment of our county. Better yet, it is time for Chairman Baines to resign immediately. We are absolutely extremely exhausted with his antics and his tactics and him being manipulated from the side by other forces. Thank you very much.
Hello, I am Commissioner Elena Sanders. I came into office in 2021 as the first African-American female to win its position, the first African-American to win my actual district. And coming into office, it has been a road run, I would say. It has been tiresome, but God put me here for a reason to fight for this community. God put me here for a reason, which is why we are here now. Accountability. I am an elected official that will hold people accountable. I never call myself a politician, I'm a public servant because I was put here to serve the people. And to have someone to stop or try to encourage others to stop things that are happening in communities that are lacking just because of the elected official that represents that district, you have to question why you put that person in office. You have to question why they are there. Are they there for selfish gain? Are they there for the people? That should be the question. My district, District 3 in Newton County, has the largest amount of homes, the most density that produce majority of the property taxes. So to have a home, an area that has that amount of people in the most homes with no parks and rec, I have been fighting since I got in office since 2021 for parks and recreation, things that were approved on our splash by the residents. I have also applied for a $4 million grant to bring money into this county. And our board, our chairman is trying to stop the $4 million for coming into our community, which is free dollars to build something for our youth. It is sad, it needs to stop. And anytime that I say something, I am constantly attacked or something is happening, and to have our chairman to come at me, we can have conversations all day. Everybody knows that board meetings get heated. But if you cannot control yourself, if you have to lunge at somebody because you don't like what they say, that is a problem. That happens. We are elected officials. That happens. We are put in place to represent our community. That's going to happen. We're going to fight for our community. That is going to happen. And if you don't like it, that's a problem. I just recently looked at a video and I did not pay attention to the words that were said in that video. I went back to that video to see what happened at my third meeting. Also not included at my first meeting. As an elected official in Newton County, I had them coming at me, actually talking about my character, and if I had enough educational level to get the vice chair position that was deserving to me. My first meeting. My third meeting, I had the chair coming at me because I didn't vote the way he wanted me to vote. And then hear him run around the room, it's on tape, everything is factual, you can go get it. Him saying, okay, if you want to play these games, I'm going to veto and stop everything that comes in your community. And guess what? With me seeing that video on yesterday, it was factual. Your words were true, sir, because you have been stopping everything to come into my community. My constituents have come to the meetings, have pleaded themselves like, what is going on? Where is our youth center? Where is our parks and rec? Where is our sidewalks, the grants that were given to us by Congressman Johnson in 2020? Where is all of our stuff? Why is everything being stopped? Why do I always have to go beyond to get the research to show that you're lying?
Correct, yes.
And to correct the problem, and then when I pull the information out and show everybody and hold them accountable, that's when the attacks come, because you're held accountable. We're elected officials, we're gonna be held accountable. I get held accountable, my constituents get held accountable. There are people behind me who didn't vote for me, but they said we're gonna roll with you because you're doing something for the community, and we see what you're doing for the community. It is time out for people who are in office who have selfish reasons for being here, and it's not for the people. Look at their track record and it will tell you. Since I've been in office, I've been fighting for this community. Day and night has been consumed with the residents of Newton County, and it needs to stop.
Absolutely.
Tonight there will be a meeting tonight, county commissioner meeting. I'm going to ask our supporters to attend if they can, because we want to show them that numbers is powerful. You know, we don't just want to go in there to this meeting tonight with 1 or 2, 3 people. We're really going to support her. We got to support her to the end. Things ain't going to happen overnight. You know, you have to crawl before you walk. Right. But we're going to be walking in this case to get justice on for this young lady and things like that. So, any questions?
We have Commissioner Henderson.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, what I would like for the people of Newton County and whoever tune in Fox 5, I know I look at it all the time. Fox 5. It's my news channel. But that Commissioner Sanders is the brightest. Well, first of all, people might not know me. My name is J.C. Henderson. I'm the 4th District County Commissioner of Newton County. I've served in this county for, I'm in my 26 years. So I'm kind of popular around town in Newton County. When Commissioner Sanders came aboard, I had the opportunity to talk to him. I always want to talk to somebody when they are running for office. And we had just the best conversation. Not only is she in good shape, but she's also very smart. She has a degree, and it's something that only my kids have in my family. But she's right. It was against her from the very first moment that she stepped up on the board. I didn't want to make her vice chair. And because I have stood with her, voted with her, and for the people in District 3, guess what? We began to be blackballed too as well. They are taking $29,000 from an underserved community to help our children. They took $1 million of author funding from us, myself and commissioner. Everybody else spent theirs, but we want to spread out in our community. They took that too as well. So it's a disservice for them, for the chairman to be trying to jump on Commissioner Sanders. But she's not the only person who tried to jump on. Tried to jump on me too. They had to hold him back.
Sure did.
And so the bottom line, this has got to stop, y'all. This got to stop. We should be working together. The majority of the people on the board are people of color, and there's no reason why we have a community center such as Nelson Heights that they won't fund. They haven't funded for a year, and they make all kind of excuses and tell all kind of lies about what you need to do. You do everything that you do, you still another lie to come up with. It's time for a change. We need a park in District 3 like all the other districts. Every district in the county have a park except District 3, and that's not right. And I told them that on many occasions. And we discussed it in an executive meeting a few weeks ago. And we discussed everything, all the other 2 parks that we were going to do except District 3. And if everybody got them this, we had to go back to the board meeting now. So it's time to do something for our constituents. It's time to step up to the plate. If you can't step up to the plate, we need to take y'all brand place. Thank you.
How y'all doing? I'm Josie Dean. I'm an activist, and I've been in the community fighting ever since I was 23, being an activist by John Evans. And Denise Williams been talking to me about what's been going on for years, ever since she got in that office. Denise come, and I just like, all right. But when that black man decided that he wanted to attack a black woman, I know what she going through. I went through that in Rockdale County with all his nastiness. Then they went with the white people to attack me in the Martin Luther King parade because it's something that they was doing that I wouldn't agree with. I don't care if God put them in there, but we got room over them. And we keep voting for all these people over and over and over again. But when you attack a black woman, we already a species that got to be attacked by white people. We got to worry about the white people killers. Now we got to worry about the brothers still them defending us. We got to fight for our own self. I got an AK-47 and I got to defend myself. Because I'm not waiting for no brother to defend me because he may turn around and go with the other people and try to attack me. This sister here, I know she fight hard. This lady ain't taking her money. They don't want no pause. This ain't doing by nobody other. This a black man. So if a black man fight this sister, this ain't the first one he been fighting. You better go and check his record and see if he fighting his wife. See if he's mistreating anybody else. Because when any man fight a woman, they're fighting at home too.
All right.
This is Josie Dean. We're going to cry loud and spell loud. We're going to tell bear her transgression. And we get behind this sister because she don't done the job. And we're not going to let nobody beat her up but the sisters. And y'all women, y'all got to vote. Stop voting for these men because they black. Stop voting for these men because they Republican, Democrat. Vote for who going to take care of you in your community. Y'all, that's right.
Archie Shepherd, president of the National Action Network here in Newton County. I just want to say that Minister Banes is out of order. He don't have any kind of self-control. He already have a record of attacking people. Newton County already had to pay out $40,000 for him attacking someone. He should resign. Newton County deserves more better than this here. So we're going to keep fighting to try to get him out of office. And he don't need to even think about it. Don't even let it enter into his mind about running again. Because he's just not for Newton County. It's a disgrace for what is going on here. So we got to stick together and demand that something be done about Marcello Banes. Thank you.
There it is. Basically, we have some people that are very concerned out here. Again, hopefully we'll show up at the meeting tonight. Just rest it to the board. This is a nonviolent movement. We're not out of order. It's just the fact that residents are angry and enough is enough.
Yes.
You know, so that's the purpose of getting justice for this young lady. Not just for this young lady, but for the whole county.
Yes.
Because he's representing the whole county.
Right.
You know, so things has been hidden behind closed doors, but not no more. You know, you can run, but you can't hide forever. Go ahead.
What you said there, this is all based on facts. So what facts could you present to say he is blocking this, and this?
Well, first of all, there's a lawsuit. He's already appended criminal charges with him already prior. She just did it again not too long ago. There's video out there footage to show proof of how he tried to come after her. I'm like you. I'm not just running out here just speaking false information. I'm not going to get involved with stuff like that. I'm going to get involved and I see stuff visible and I have documentation.
Let's break that into two different sections. One is the physical attack, the aggressiveness, but the first part, let's talk about like the paperwork, like as far as like there's parks that want to be done and there's funding that should have been presented.
Okay.
What facts do you have on that that's blocked, that he's blocking that from happening for those communities of color?
Well, to reiterate on the lawsuit, there is an FBI U.S. Marshal lawsuit. The county was subpoenaed in May for his records. So that lawsuit is in effect for that. I filed a police report in regards to what has occurred to me. In regards to the Parks and Rec, we have something called SPLOSH, so Special Purpose Sales Tax. And so that was voted on in 2017 to build a youth facility. We are now in 2023, and the community is still fighting for that youth facility to be built. Why? Because I am in office, and they don't want to see me get the credit for it. My predecessor was in this position for 12 years and didn't have that youth facility. Our Parks and Rec put into the community. And now that I'm here, and fighting for it, we're holding off on it. As Commissioner Henderson said, we spoke about every park that's supposed to be built, and they put mine last, and I'm still waiting for it to be talked and spoke about and for us to select the location where it needs to be. We have $4 million sitting there waiting from HUD, a grant that I applied for the community, because we don't apply for grants here. So I took it upon myself to apply for the grant as Commissioner Sanders for the community. It was allocated to us by Congressman Hank Johnson through HUD. That grant is still sitting there, and they're just waiting for the board to decide on where the location is going to be. We can't move forward and have the money come to the county until the commissioners decide on where the location is going to be. And all of this is documented. It was voted on by the citizens of Newton County.
How can you show that Banes is the one guy that's blocking?
Well, I can give you an example. In the video that I can provide for you, as a commissioner, my third meeting, he was upset with the vote that I guess it didn't go his way. I found out later on that he had a financial interest in that agenda item. And you were here on that video. You keep playing games with me. I'm going to make sure everything in your community, I'm going to veto and make sure everything in your community stops. That was in 2021. Guess what? We're in 2023. Ask me have a park been built. Ask me have the youth facility has been built. Ask me have the sidewalks been built. That has not been done. Ask about the $4 million grant that the residents are still asking about. What's going on with our $4 million for our youth facility? Because they don't want to decide. We have locations to put it, but they don't want to decide to put it there because it's going to move forward.
You said there's several physical altercations? Or?
Yes. This is a consistent thing. Residents have experienced it at the meetings and have seen it. This is not nothing new. This was the only time I said it has to stop. It's time out. It's time out for this. I've been in office almost 3 years and nothing has changed. As I stated earlier, you're gonna have debates. That is the political world. You're gonna have discussions. That's the political world. It might get a little heated, but when you feel like you have to charge at somebody, that is a huge problem that you cannot contain yourself.
And would you say that the physical evidence is witnesses and video?
Yes.
And what does the video show?
The video will show him actually trying to come at me and them trying to hold him back. And you can get that footage from the Newton County Sheriff's Office. It's on Facebook. I have a copy of it. Yeah.
I do want to say this too, just real quick. And I didn't really intend to speak. I just want to add to the fact that there seems to be a culture of intimidation within. Yeah, my mother tested positive, so okay. I did not test positive, but I'm trying to be,
Safe.
respectful of everybody else. There seems to be a culture of intimidation within that family. Archie Shepherd and myself were, after a press conference back in May, I think it was, we're walking down the street and coming back up the street and from his car, and Marcello Banes' brother was in a car alongside yelling obscenities out at us, calling us ignorant niggers, etc. And I didn't know who he was. I had never met him before, didn't know who he was, found out he was Marcello Banes' brother. And so we actually took him to court on it because to us that was harassment, that was intimidation. I had to walk him after the meeting that night, walk with Archie Shepherd back to his car to make sure he got there safely because I was really concerned for his safety as well as mine. And so, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a culture of intimidation within that family. And so we need to look at that. And, if he's, and I wouldn't have said anything at all about this because Marcello Banes and his brother are two different people. But clearly they're in the same family. And if Marcello is acting like this, there's a problem within the family itself. And that's all I wanted to say.
Also, we got to see what happened there. Denise got attacked too. But one of the things when we went to court, the judge here, who sued the county, and Marcello Banes, who sued the county, and the judge, the lawyer that represented the judge and Marcello Banes were the same one that presided over our trial. So when we went in there, Marcello Banes, his brother, and the judge, a lawyer that represented the judge and Marcello Banes presided over the meeting. So she didn't see nothing wrong with that at all. She didn't see nothing wrong with that at all. So Denise, you tell me.
My name is Denise Williams, and I would just like to add to the story of the history of the Banes family. I have been at several BOC meetings at night, and his daughter, Shakira Banes, have been at the meetings as well. And if Chairman Banes get in a heated discussion with J.C. Henderson or Commissioner Elena Sanders, she'll get up and start stretching her arms and popping her fingers like she want to come up there and fight them. So it's a history of intimidation with that family. And he has to go, and we want him to resign now. Thank you.
But all of the meetings are recorded. So you asked about, do you have a record? All you have to do is go back and pull up some of these meetings. You see what's going on in Newton County. It's a disgrace. We deserve better than that.
Yes,
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
So what's gonna be done today?
They're having a meeting tonight. And you and
Yes, yeah, I'll be, it's the whole board at the whole time.
What time is this meeting?
7 o'clock tonight. Is it 7? 7? 6.
6 is fine.
6 o'clock tonight, yeah, 6 o'clock.
What kind of meeting is this? What's going
They want to take. They're wanting to take away Nelson Heights Community Center. They're asking me to recuse myself to different commissions off some old 2014 stuff. But you know, when I was the chair, but we changed and we got off my board, and I'm no longer on the particular board. But make a long story short, that's what they do in order to keep us behind. And so we're going to continue to be behind until we step up and put these folks out.
But Marcello Banes is not the only problem. The other three commissioners are right there. The other three commissioners are the one. We call them the three musketeers because they stick together. And whatever they want or do, they do it. And they follow the lead of Marcello
Instructed to
Banes.
do by Marcello Banes, that's what they do.
Thank you. All right.